Tiger Woods is officially back, folks. It feels so good to say that. And it feels great to be here with our sports betting expert, Sammy P, to discuss the 2022 Masters. Just got that much more exciting. Sammy, what do the odds makers think Tiger's chances are of winning his sixth Masters?
Well, there's what the odds makers thought going in and what the bettors are telling you now. So at one book in Las Vegas, they were dealing Tiger at 100 to 1. Wow. Which is very telling that he's not going to win the Masters. But guess what? Once we see the videos and Charlie Woods tweets that Tiger's coming back, and Tiger comes out, holds a press conference, all of a sudden, people are like, oh, I should bet Tiger.
Right.
So at most sports books in this country right now, Tiger Woods 50 to 1 to win the Masters. The odds have been slashed in half. Yeah. One book in Vegas has 65 to 1. He's still a long shot. I still don't think you should bet him to win, but that's the market, and that's where it's gone. From 100 to 1 down to about 50.
Okay, Tiger says that he only plays in events that he thinks he can win, and he thinks he can win this one, so we'll have to see. All right, there's no golfer that's more on fire than Scotty Scheffler right now. He's won 3 of his last 5 events entering the Masters, and he's #1 in the world, but he's not the favorite.
No, Jon Rahm is always going to be the favorite given the way that his form lays, given the way of his potential, and also, Chelsea, sharp bettors love to bet on Jon Rahm. In fact, he's favored matchup-wise against every single golfer in this field. So that's why he's favored to win the tournament. When he's at his best, he is the best. And he's 11 to 1, 12 to 1 at most shops. Scheffler was interesting because a year ago is when they opened these Masters markets. They literally go up after the Masters that year. They go up the following year. And he was as high as 60 to 1. So it's 16 to 1 now, give or take, across this country. It's a very big dip for a deserving player. I mean, he's won 3 tournaments, and his form is about as good as it gets.
Okay, last year's winner, Hideki Matsuyama, is at 40 to 1. All right, Sammy, they say to not bet with your heart. You tell me this all the time, but I feel like every Tiger Woods fan would put something on him to win it. But if you walk up to the window, what's the best play here?
Well, I think at this point, given the way this market has moved, there's also a make the cut, miss the cut market. And Tiger was minus 160 to miss the cut. Well, that's been slammed by people betting him to make the cut. So now, I hate to say this, Chelsea, I'm going to bet him to miss the cut because it hasn't been this cheap in a year. And this is a guy who hasn't played golf in a long time against a handful of golfers or a field full of golfers that have been out there week after week after week. I think the cheap price on him to miss the cut at minus 120 or minus 125, you don't love it, but I'm betting against Tiger Woods.
Okay, Sammy P against Tiger, especially after everything he's been through over the past year, too. I think that he's definitely excited to be back, and we'll put on a show for whoever is out there.
You bet here.
All right.
Not here.
The 2022 Masters tees off from Augusta on Thursday. Tiger will tee off in the 10:34 a.m. grouping on Thursday alongside Joaquin Niemann and Louis Oosthuizen.